Hi there, thanks for joining me again. I'm Stephen Crone. This is another watercolour demo. This time it's a snow scene. Done a few snow scenes recently, but winter is coming, and I do actually love the snow scenes. I love the sort of bleak atmosphere of them. Really sort of moody, atmospheric type of scenes. So I've started off with a bit of raw sienna, and this is alizarin crimson and ultramarine. I'll work this down to the horizon line, which is going to be about a third of the way up the paper. I'm going to introduce a bit of Payne's grains there as well, really give it a dark element to this side. Let's push that in a bit more, fill those gaps in. I'm going to clean the brush. Just take a little bit of ultramarine this time and just pop in these gaps. All down there. I'm going to ignore the bits where the bits of hairs that are coming off. I used to worry about them and pick them off the paper, but now I just don't bother. Especially when the brush is getting quite old, like this one is. It seems to happen more and more. I mean, I can see quite a few hairs down there. I ain't going to worry. I'm going to take my tissue though, and I'm going to soak up the water at the base down there, and it also acts as a nice little cloud making machine. And that will, not only is that stopping the water from coming down the paper, but it will help when I put in the distant horizon. I'm going to take a little bit of all the colours, plenty of blue in there as well. And when I put this horizon line in, which is somewhere like that, it just helps it show up a lot better. So there's the distant bit, and then I don't want to block it all in, so I want to suggest like little bits of snow in the distance. So I'm just trying to sort of hit and miss. Introduce a bit of, actually, yeah, bit of burnt umber in there as well. That might have been a bit too soon for the burnt umber actually. Still want to keep it sky colours at that distance. And then coming slightly further forward, just got some like hedges and things just separating the fields, and just make it. Now here I'm going to go burnt umber. I want to get this in a little bit darker. Got like a tree line going along there. Trees. And again, a few hedgerows coming along. Whoops, just dropped my brush. So I'm just going to take the little rigger brush and just pull down. Oops, meant to be a little bit thinner than that. Put them in a bit too thick. Just suggest a few little trees there. Let's clean the brush. Let's get back to a bit of blue, bit of alizarin, something like that. Again, coming forward. Something like so. That's coming down there. What I might do is glue on to the other brush, my number 3 rigger, and I'm going to pop a few Meant to make it a bit smaller than that actually, I've done them too big. Just pulling the bottom of it away. Right now, I'm going to pop in a tree there. Switch to the big rigger brush, number 3 rigger. Just pop in those limbs and things that are there, that are growing, and then move him down there, something like that. Actually, let's just make sure this is flat against this board, as it's lifting off the board a little bit, so just pulling it flat, refixing it. I'm just keeping an eye on all of this. Is that? I think that's dry now anyway. I was just wondering if that was dripping a drip down or not. Yeah, the sky, I think the sky is pretty much, if I look at it at this angle with the light on it, I can see it's still quite wet, the sky. But as long as there's nothing, as long as it's going to stay the same, I'm going to be too concerned about it. Right then, now what else we got here? Let's clean the brush. Now what we have got is, I'll just take a bit of raw sienna, a bit of ultramarine. There's a sort of path. I'm just going to snake it round like that. Just snake it round. Let's clean the brush again. This I'm going to bit of raw sienna. Bit of ultramarine as well. Burnt umber. Then the ultramarine. That's like a little hedge thing that's going up to that tree. And then what have we got here? Let's just pull some of that colour out over there like that. All I've done here is just grabbed the base of that colour and just pulled a little bit of it out. Also just do the same over there as well. Just dab, dab, dab. I was going to put some colour in there. Excuse me. But I didn't want to distract from that path. So I've just took a very, very light tone there just to dab across the snowy bits. Let's put something over there as well. Also a few things down there. Let's make sure that's dry before I do any more. Right, let's just darken the area by the tree a little bit more. Just make it a little bit darker. I'm just going to just dab little things along there. Oh. That's slightly darker now. Is this brush too wet? That's what I'm wondering. Can I get away with it? I think I'll get away with it. Just want a few darker tones in amongst those. See what that looks like. Sort of, it's too light, I think. There's a fence post. If I just put that in there and drop another one in there. Now, what I am going to do is get a little man. I'm sort of leaning forward into the wind. And his little dog in front of him. Right, what we haven't got yet is any shadows. So let's just mix simple little shadowy colour, bit of brown, bit of blue, don't want it too strong. So let's just dot a few little see what I'll do. I'll just pull the odd little shadow. Just pull the odd one from here. And just pop in a little bird up here. And another one, and just one more, I think. One more, just up there. And I think I'm going to call that one finished. Just a simple little winter scene. So just sign me name. And let's stick a mount on it and see what it looks like. So here's our finished paint, it's all mounted up. So let's have a closer look at that sky to start with. So we've got some angry clouds up here in the sky. Got some alizarin crimson, rose mixed with ultramarine and Payne's grey in there. And then just the ultramarine on its own on this side, just to get that sort of variation. And then you can see along the horizon line, I took out some clouds. And you can see that, use the same colours just for the distant land, right far back, pushing it right back. And then all that distant and middle ground brings us right forward into the tree. Yeah. A little bit of rigger work, and a bit of few dark bits added with the corner of the height brush to add a bit of foliage. And then also darken the base as well, just to get a sort of better contrast with the rest of the paint. It was too weak. Get it to match these trees along here as well. And then a bit of raw sienna and burnt umber. Pulled some of that colour then into the snowy areas, and then we've got our winding path sweeping its way to our little man and dog there, walking off into the cold, freezing afternoon. A few little fence posts here with just some little shadows off the man as well, and a few more off the fence posts over on this left hand side, just to give the idea of a little bit of light coming through the scene. So I hope you enjoy that. Thanks as always for watching and for your support, very much appreciated. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.